Welcome back to the channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Lovers and Treasure Hunters. If you're passionate about coins or just fascinated by the idea of discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're in for a real treat today. We're about to explore one of the most iconic and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1945 silver 1 dime. This little piece of history may look like a simple dime, but it's far from ordinary. Stick around as we delve into the details of why the 1945 silver dime could be worth a staggering amount of money, and we'll reveal just how much one of these dimes could be worth in today's market. Now, when you think of dimes, the first thing that might come to mind is the classic image of Franklin D. Roosevelt. And you'd be right. Today, the Roosevelt dime has been in circulation for decades. However, the 1945 silver dime we're talking about today is from a very different era, and it's packed with history and value. The 1945 dime was minted at a time when the United States was in the final stages of World War II, and the country was undergoing tremendous social and economic changes. Coins from this era are often seen as more than just currency. They are tangible reminders of an important period in U.S. history. What makes the 1945 dime so valuable, you might ask? To understand its value, we first need to take a look at the coin's composition. The 1945 dime, like many other dimes from the early 20th century, was made of 90% silver and 10% copper. This high silver content is one of the key factors that contribute to its worth. As you may know, the value of silver has fluctuated over the years, and during times of high silver prices, coins like the 1945 silver dime can become quite valuable due to the precious metal content alone. But it's not just the silver content that makes this coin special, it's the rarity and condition of the coin that can turn it into a valuable collector's item. Let's break it down a little further. The 1945 dime was minted in large quantities, but not all of them are created equal. There are several different mint marks that can be found on the coin, and some of these marks make the coin even rarer and more desirable. The most common mint marks for the 1945 dime are the D for Denver and the S for San Francisco, but the true collector's prize is the 1945 dime with a no mint mark, which indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that has been well preserved over the years is far more valuable than one that's been heavily circulated. The 1945 silver dime, in particular, is highly sought after in uncirculated condition. These coins are often graded using a system known as the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor to mint state. A 1945 dime in MS 65 condition or higher, for example, would be considered to be in nearly perfect condition, with little to no signs of wear. Coins in such pristine condition are worth far more than those that have been scratched, tarnished, or heavily used. But there's another important factor that can increase the value of the 1945 dime: rarity. While millions of these dimes were struck in 1945, many of them have been lost or worn down over time. As a result, finding one that's in excellent condition, especially with a no mint mark or a rare minting error, is quite rare. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins that are in great shape and have unique features, and this is what makes certain 1945 dimes incredibly valuable today. So, you're probably wondering, how much is a 1945 silver dime actually worth? Well, the value of a 1945 silver dime can vary depending on its condition, mint mark, and any unique features it may have. In general, these coins are worth more than their face value due to their silver content, with most of them fetching a few dollars. However, the rarest versions of the coin, particularly those in excellent condition, can fetch prices that might surprise you. When it comes to the most valuable 1945 silver dimes, you're looking at prices that can soar well beyond what most people would expect. In fact, a 1945 silver dime with the right combination of rarity, condition, and mint mark could be worth as much as $44,000. Yes, you heard that right, $44,000 for a single coin. That's how much a top-quality 1945 silver dime can be worth, especially if it's a rare variety or one in outstanding condition. Now, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1945 silver dime, there are a few things you should do. First, make sure to examine it carefully. Look at the mint mark, if there is one, and check for any signs of wear or damage. If it looks like it's in great shape, consider having it professionally graded by a numismatist or coin grading service. A certified grade can help you determine its value more accurately and ensure you get the best price if you decide to sell or add it to your collection. In conclusion, the 1945 silver 1 dime is much more than just a piece of history, it's a rare and valuable coin that could be worth thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who enjoys discovering hidden treasures, the 1945 silver dime is definitely one to keep an eye out for. The combination of silver content, rarity, and the potential for minting errors makes this coin an incredibly exciting find. If you happen to have one of these dimes in your collection, or if you stumble upon one in your change, it could very well be your ticket to a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1942 silver 1 dime. This coin might look like just another dime from the 1940s, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1942 silver dime could be worth a mind-blowing amount of money, and we'll reveal just how much it could fetch if you're lucky enough to find one in your collection. Let's start by taking a step back in time. The year is 1942, and the world is in the midst of World War II. The United States was heavily involved in the war, and the country was facing significant economic and social challenges. The demand for war materials, resources, and soldiers was at an all-time high, and the government was looking for ways to support the war effort. As a result, many everyday items, including coins, were affected by wartime conditions. The 1942 silver dime is a part of that wartime coinage, and it has an interesting place in U.S. history. Like many dimes produced during this period, the 1942 version was minted with 90% silver and 10% copper, which is part of what makes it so valuable today. Silver was a crucial material during World War II, and the U.S. government relied on it for various military uses. But the story of this coin goes beyond just its composition, it's also about rarity, minting errors, and its enduring popularity among collectors. The design of the 1942 silver dime is familiar to most coin enthusiasts. On the obverse, you'll see the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who became the 32nd President of the United States. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, just after the death of Roosevelt, to honor his memory. However, 1942 marked a key year for U.S. coins, as it was one of the years when the dime was produced in large numbers during the war. The reverse side of the coin features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing unity, peace, and strength. But while this design is iconic, what makes the 1942 silver dime truly valuable is its minting history and the rarity of certain variations. The 1942 dime was minted at several U.S. mint locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each location used a different mint mark. The mint mark is a small letter that indicates where the coin was produced, and coins from different mints can have different values, especially if there's a rare variation or error. Now, what truly sets the 1942 silver dime apart from other coins is the existence of a very specific variation. This particular coin features a D mint mark, indicating it was produced in Denver. However, there is a key difference with the 1942 dime that makes it even more valuable. During this period, the U.S. Mint experienced some inconsistencies in the production process. Some 1942 dimes were accidentally struck with the wrong alloy, resulting in a much more valuable coin, a coin made of 90% silver, as opposed to the lower quality versions that were produced in later years. What collectors are truly looking for today are these rare 1942 dimes, especially those that have the D mint mark and are in pristine condition. The rarity of these dimes, especially when you consider how many have been worn down over the years, is what drives their value. The 1942 silver dime is one of those coins that's become a highly prized collector's item, and if you have one in great shape, you might be holding a hidden treasure. When we talk about the value of the 1942 silver dime, there's one more factor that comes into play: the coin's condition. As with all coins, the better the condition, the higher the price. Coins that have been in circulation for decades, such as the 1942 dimes, often show signs of wear, such as scratches, fading, or discoloration. But coins that have been carefully preserved and stored in great condition are worth much more. For example, a 1942 silver dime in mint state, with no visible wear or damage, is incredibly rare and can fetch a substantial price, but the real treasure comes when you find a 1942 dime that is not only in excellent condition but also has some rare minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process, such as misalignment or doubling of the design. These errors can make a coin stand out from the others, and collectors are always eager to get their hands on coins with these unique features. A 1942 silver dime with a significant error could be worth much more than a standard version of the coin. So, how much is the 1942 silver dime actually worth? Well, the value of a 1942 dime can vary based on a few different factors. In general, these coins are worth more than their face value due to the silver content, with prices typically ranging from a few dollars to a few hundred. However, if you happen to have a 1942 silver dime in pristine condition or one with a rare minting error, the value can soar dramatically. Now, the moment you've been waiting for: how much could a 1942 silver dime be worth if you're lucky enough to own one? If you have a 1942 silver dime that's in exceptional condition, especially one with a D mint mark and a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $46,000. Yes, you heard that right, $46,000. That's the kind of value this coin can hold, especially if it's been carefully preserved and has a unique error or minting feature that makes it stand out from the rest. So, if you're searching through your coin collection or your spare change, be sure to keep an eye out for the 1942 silver dime. This iconic coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined, and if you find one in great condition or with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most sought-after coins in American history, the 1937 silver 1 dime. This little gem might look like any other dime at first glance, but there's a lot more going on with this coin than you might expect. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this 1937 dime could be worth a staggering amount of money, and will reveal the jaw-dropping value of a well-preserved 1937 silver dime. Let's start by setting the scene. The year is 1937, and the United States was in the midst of the Great Depression. The country was struggling financially, and the government was doing everything it could to stabilize the economy. The world was also gearing up for the next global conflict, World War II, though it hadn't fully escalated yet. This turbulent period in history set the stage for some significant changes in the U.S. Mint, and it's during this time that the 1937 silver dime was produced. The 1937 dime, just like other dimes minted in this era, was made from 90% silver and 10% copper. This high silver content is one of the key reasons why the coin holds value today. At the time, silver was an essential part of the economy, and it was used in everything from coinage to industrial applications. As you may know, the price of silver has risen dramatically over the years, and that makes coins like the 1937 silver dime even more valuable today, especially if you happen to find one in excellent condition. But there's something even more special about the 1937 silver dime beyond its silver content. The design of the coin, like all dimes from this era, features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image has graced the dime since 1946, after his passing, but the 1937 coin is part of the pre-Roosevelt era, featuring designs that reflect the country's economic climate at the time. The reverse of the 1937 silver dime features a familiar motif: the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength, and they're powerful representations of the American spirit. This design is a timeless tribute to the ideals of freedom and unity, which adds to the appeal of the coin. But beyond the symbolism, the value of the 1937 silver dime really lies in its rarity, condition, and certain minting details. As you can imagine, with the financial difficulties of the 1930s, the U.S. Mint wasn't able to produce dimes at the same rate as in other years. This means that fewer 1,937 dimes are in circulation today, making them rarer and more desirable for collectors. In addition, many of the coins that were minted during this time were heavily circulated, meaning that they've suffered from wear and tear. So, finding a 1937 silver dime in pristine, uncirculated condition is a big deal for collectors. Another factor that makes the 1937 silver dime so valuable is its mint marks. As with many U.S. coins, the mint mark on a coin indicates where it was produced. The 1937 dime was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The mint mark can significantly impact the coin's value, with certain mint marks being rarer than others. For example, the 1937 dime with the S mint mark, which was struck in San Francisco, is more scarce than those from the other mints, making it more desirable for collectors. Of course, the condition of the coin plays an enormous role in determining its worth. A coin that's been well preserved, with minimal wear and no visible damage, can fetch a much higher price than one that's been heavily circulated. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have no visible signs of wear or aging, are incredibly rare and are the holy grail for many collectors. If you happen to find a 1937 silver dime in mint condition, you're likely holding something worth far more than face value. Now, let's talk about the value. The price of a 1937 silver dime depends on several factors, including its mint mark, condition, and rarity. The average 1937 dime might be worth a few dollars simply due to its silver content, but when you factor in a rare mint mark or exceptional condition, the price can skyrocket. Coins in near-perfect condition, especially those from the San Francisco Mint, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But here's where things get really interesting. If you have a 1937 silver dime in outstanding condition or one with an extremely rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than most people would expect. The most coveted 1937 dimes are those with unique features, whether it's a particularly rare mint mark or a coin that was struck with an error during the minting process. Minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center impressions, can make a coin even more valuable because they're one-of-a-kind pieces. So, how much is a 1937 silver dime worth? If you're lucky enough to own a coin in pristine condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or a minting error, the value could be astonishing. A 1937 silver dime in excellent, uncirculated condition could be worth as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $40,000 for a single coin. That's the kind of value a 1937 silver dime can fetch when it's in the right condition and has the right features. If you think you might have one of these valuable coins hiding in your collection, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded. A certified grade will not only give you an accurate assessment of your coin's value but will also help protect it if you decide to sell or pass it along to future generations of collectors. Today's video is one you don't want to miss. We're about to explore a fascinating coin from the United States that's often overlooked but has incredible value, the 1980 silver 1 dime. At first glance, this dime might appear to be just another piece of currency, but when you dig deeper into its history, rarity, and condition, you'll see why this little coin is a huge deal among collectors. Stick with us until the end because we're going to reveal just how much this dime could be worth today. You might be surprised by the number. Let's start by traveling back to the year 1980. The United States was undergoing significant change. The country was facing a variety of economic challenges, including high inflation, rising unemployment, and an energy crisis. But amidst this turmoil, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins, including the iconic silver 1 dime. However, there's something unique about the 1980 silver dime that makes it stand out from others produced around this time point. One of the first things you need to know is that, like most dimes produced in the late 20th century, the 1980 version was composed of a mix of copper and nickel. However, the term silver 1 dime refers to earlier coins that were made with 90% silver, which was the standard until the 1960s when the mint switched to a copper-nickel alloy. So why is the 1980 silver dime still worth talking about? The value of the 1980 silver dime doesn't stem from its silver content, but rather its rarity, unique mint marks, and special features. This coin, produced during a period of standard minting, is still highly coveted by collectors today, especially those who are looking for coins from particular years, mints, or with rare characteristics. The design of the 1980 silver dime is unmistakable and timeless. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was honored with the dime's design after his passing in 1945, and his image has remained on the coin ever since. The simplicity of Roosevelt's image has made this coin a favorite of collectors. The reverse side of the coin features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, values that have stood the test of time in the United States. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1980 silver 1 dime such an interesting piece of currency. Many people don't realize that the U.S. Mint produces millions of coins each year. However, not all of them are created equal. Over time, certain coins become rarer than others due to their production numbers, their condition, and whether they've survived in pristine form. For example, while the U.S. Mint produced a large number of 1,980 dimes, very few of them were kept in perfect condition. This is where things get interesting for collectors. A 1980 silver 1 dime in mint condition, free from scratches, wear, and damage, is a rare find. Many of the dimes produced in 1980 went into circulation and were used in daily transactions. As a result, most of them have been worn down over the years, with fading or discoloration. However, those that have been carefully preserved, uncirculated, or even graded by professionals are highly sought after. These coins are rare, especially when you factor in the scarcity of well-preserved specimens. If you find a 1980 silver dime in excellent condition, it could be worth far more than its face value. Another key element that adds to the value of the 1980 silver dime is the mint mark. The U.S. Mint strikes coins in different locations, and each mint produces coins with its own mark. The 1980 dime could have been minted in one of three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Coins from different mints often have varying values, particularly when it comes to their rarity. For instance, dimes with a D mint mark from Denver, or S mint mark from San Francisco, tend to be more valuable because they are less common than the Philadelphia minted dimes, which don't have a mint mark. Collectors are always on the lookout for dimes with a particular mint mark, especially those that are more rare or unique. While the 1980 dimes may not have been particularly rare when they were first released, the passage of time has certainly changed that. Coins from specific mints or in special conditions are now highly coveted, and now, here comes the big question: how much is the 1980 silver dime really worth? Well, it's not just about the silver content or even the coin's face value. The true value lies in the rarity, condition, and unique features of the coin. If you happen to have a 1980 silver 1 dime in uncirculated, mint state, or one that has a rare mint mark, you could be looking at a coin worth significantly more than you might expect. So, just how much could the 1980 silver dime be worth in today's market? If you have a coin that is in pristine condition, one that has been carefully preserved over the years, or perhaps even one that has a rare minting error or unique feature, it could be worth $47,000. Yes, you heard that right, $47,000 for a single 1980 silver dime. It's incredible to think that a coin from just 1980 could carry such a massive value today. So, before you dismiss that old jar of loose change or forget about those coins lying around in your collection, take a closer look. You might just have a rare treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we've got something truly special to discuss: the 2006 silver 1 dime with a unique mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another dime, but trust me when I say, this little coin has a story to tell and might just be worth a lot more than you think. The 2006 silver 1 dime was minted during a time of economic stability in the United States. The country was enjoying a period of relative peace and prosperity, and the U.S. Mint was continuing its tradition of producing high-quality coins. However, as the years have passed, the value of coins like this one has increased dramatically, especially for those that are rare or in exceptional condition. In fact, the 2006 silver dime is one of those coins that's often overlooked, but for savvy collectors, it's a hidden treasure with serious value. Now, before we dive into the specifics of how much this coin could be worth, let's talk a little about the design and history behind the 2006 silver 1 dime. The obverse side of the dime features the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image has been on the dime since 1946, after his passing, and it's a symbol of his leadership and legacy. On the reverse side, you'll find a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. This design is simple yet powerful, reflecting American ideals that have endured for generations. But here's the twist: the 2006 silver 1 dime is not made of the 90% silver alloy that earlier dimes were composed of. The 2006 dimes, along with other modern dimes, are actually made of a copper-nickel-clad composition. So, what makes this particular coin so valuable, if it's not the silver content? Well, the answer lies in rarity, condition, and a few special details that are often overlooked by the untrained eye. For one, the 2006 dimes were produced in relatively high numbers. However, as we all know, the key to a coin's value often lies in its condition. Coins that were used in everyday transactions tend to show signs of wear, scratches, dents, discoloration, and other imperfections. But here's where the 2006 silver dime stands apart. If you happen to have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, that coin could be worth a lot more than you might imagine. A coin that has been carefully stored, protected from the elements, and preserved in its original state is far rarer than one that has been passed around in circulation. Another factor that adds value to the 2006 silver 1 dime is the mint mark. The U.S. Mint produces coins in different locations, and the mint mark tells collectors where the coin was struck. The 2006 dime could have been minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, with a D mint mark, or San Francisco, with an S mint mark. Each mint location is unique, and the rarity of certain mint marks can affect the coin's value. So, why is the 2006 silver 1 dime such a collector's dream? Well, it's all about the combination of factors that contribute to its rarity. In terms of mintage, there's one feature in particular that makes this coin stand out. A very limited number of these dimes were made with a special error during production, making them even more valuable to collectors. These errors can range from off-center strikes, double strikes, to misprints on the coin's design. For example, if you happen to find a 2006 silver 1 dime with a misprinted date or an irregular strike, it could be worth a lot more than a standard version. Error coins are extremely rare and can fetch sky-high prices in the market. It's also worth mentioning that as time goes on, coins like the 2006 silver 1 dime become harder and harder to find in mint condition. As more and more are taken out of circulation, melted down, or simply lost, the remaining dimes that are in pristine condition become increasingly valuable. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins like this one, and when they find one, the value can shoot up significantly. Now, the big question: how much can the 2006 silver 1 dime be worth? While the typical 2006 dime may be worth just a few cents or a few dollars in silver content, that's not the case for a rare, high-quality example. If you have a 2006 silver 1 dime that's been kept in perfect condition, or perhaps one with a rare mint mark or error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, what's the actual value? A 2006 silver 1 dime in top-tier condition could be worth as much as $47,000, yes, that's right, $47,000. For a single dime. It's amazing how the value of a coin can soar when you combine rarity, condition, and minting errors. If you have a 2006 silver 1 dime that fits these criteria, it could be a valuable addition to your collection or even a major financial windfall. So, how can you find out if your 2006 silver 1 dime is worth this kind of money? The first step is to check its condition. If it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's a great sign. Next, look for any mint marks or potential errors. If you suspect that you have a rare mint mark or error coin, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. This will not only help determine its authenticity but also provide an accurate assessment of its market value. In conclusion, the 2006 silver 1 dime may not be the first coin that comes to mind when you think about valuable collectibles, but as you can see, it has the potential to be worth an incredible amount of money. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, always be on the lookout for coins like this one, as you never know what hidden treasures you might find in your collection. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 2006 silver 1 dime and want to discover more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an exciting update. Happy collecting, and good luck on your treasure hunts.